There's a big difference between having money and feeling secure. You could be earning a decent income, but still feel one emergency away from stress. That's because true financial security isn't about how much you earn, it's about which level you're actually at. And most people don't even know there are levels. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 levels of financial security, explain what each one looks like in real life, and help you figure out exactly where you stand. And once you understand this ladder, you'll have a clear idea of what to focus on, no matter how much or how little you're earning right now. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Level 1 is survival. This is where many people are stuck, especially when the cost of living keeps going up. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You might be late on bills, you've got no savings. Any small emergency, a flat tire, a broken phone, or a visit to the hospital can completely throw you off. And if something bigger happens, like losing your job, that's panic mode. At this level, every dollar feels urgent. You're making just enough to get by, but not enough to feel safe. You might have debt piling up or be using credit cards just to make ends meet. You're not spending money on fun things, you're spending it on trying to stay afloat. And even though you're working hard, it feels like you're always catching up. If you're here, the goal isn't to get rich overnight, it's to stop the bleeding. That means cutting unnecessary spending wherever possible, even if it's temporary. It means finding ways to earn a little extra. Even small amounts matter here. The goal at this level is to break the cycle. You need a small emergency fund, even just $500 to start creating breathing room. Because without that buffer, every day is just reacting. Level 2 is stability. Now you've got a bit of control. You're not rich, but you're not panicking either. Your bills are getting paid on time. You've got a small savings cushion, maybe a month or two of expenses. The car breaks down. It's annoying, but it doesn't send you into crisis. You're still watching every dollar, but you can actually breathe a little. At this level, you've stopped falling behind. You may still have some debt, but it's under control. You're no longer living in fear of the next unexpected expense. If something goes wrong, you can usually handle it. The stress level is lower, and that makes a huge difference in how you live day to day. The focus now is to keep building. Pay off any high-interest debt and continue growing that emergency fund. You want at least 3 months of living expenses saved. That's what will carry you into the next level. The good news is, once you reach stability, progress comes faster. You're not stuck reacting, you're finally planning ahead. Level 3 is security. This is where things really start to shift. You've got a solid emergency fund, at least 3 to 6 months of expenses. Your high-interest debt is gone, or almost gone. You've started investing, maybe it's through your job, maybe it's something you set up on your own. Either way, your money is no longer just sitting, it's working for you. At this point, your life is no longer fragile. You could lose your job and still be okay for a while. You're in a position to make choices, not just respond to problems. That's what financial security means. You can walk away from a toxic job. You can handle a medical bill without panic. You can breathe through setbacks instead of falling apart. Security doesn't mean you're rich. It means you've created systems that protect you. And more importantly, it means you've created peace. Because once money stops being a daily stressor, your brain has space to think about bigger goals. This is where most people start looking ahead, to building, not just surviving. Level 4 is freedom. This is the level most people dream about. At this stage, your income covers your lifestyle, but not from a job. Your savings, investments, or side hustles are now bringing in enough money to cover your basic needs. That could be rent, food, utilities, or whatever your regular expenses are. And because you don't need a job, you get to choose what to do with your time. This is a whole new way of living. You can travel, you can work part-time, you can start a business just because you want to, not because you have to. You have control over your schedule, your energy, and your environment. Your choices aren't tied to survival anymore. They're tied to purpose. Reaching this level isn't easy, but it's not impossible either. It just takes time, discipline, and patience. Most people who reach financial freedom did it by stacking small wins over years, not from a lucky break. They saved, they invested, they avoided lifestyle creep, and they made their money work harder than they did. Level 5 is abundance. This is the top of the ladder. At this point, your income isn't just covering your needs, it's covering generations. Your investments are strong. Your assets are growing. You can give freely, invest in people, start projects, or support causes that matter to you. Abundance doesn't mean you're flashy. In fact, a lot of people at this level live quietly. They don't need to prove anything. They've got more than enough, and they use it wisely. You're not worried about money at all. You're focused on legacy, you're focused on meaning, and you have the resources to do it without asking permission. This is the level where money becomes a tool for building things bigger than yourself. Whether that's helping your family, giving back to your community, or just having full peace of mind, abundance gives you the space to focus on what matters most. You're not chasing money anymore, you're using it for impact. Now, here's the truth most people don't talk about. Most people never get past level 2. They stay in survival or stability because that's where they've always been. It's not because they're not smart, it's because no one taught them how to climb this ladder. No one showed them the system, and without a clear system, people just keep spinning in the same cycle. But once you know these levels, you can aim higher. Even if you're at level 1 right now, knowing that level 2 exists gives you something to work toward. Knowing what level 3 looks like gives you a target. You're not just saving money, you're moving forward. You're building step by step. So how do you move up? Start with the level you're in. If you're in survival, the goal is simple. Get 1 month ahead. That might mean cutting a few things, starting a small side hustle, or selling stuff you don't use. It's not glamorous, but it's progress. If you're at stability, focus on growing your emergency fund and knocking out high-interest debt. You want your money to stop leaking. Once that's done, start putting a little money into investments. Even $50 a month is a start. You're building habits, and habits compound. If you're at security, start stacking assets. Increase your income streams. Keep your lifestyle steady while your wealth grows. This is the level where smart decisions start paying off fast. Don't get distracted. Don't inflate your lifestyle. Stay focused and level up. And if you're in freedom or abundance, your job is to protect it. Don't let pressure or ego knock you off course. Keep your life simple. Share what you know. Help others climb the ladder too. That's how you turn wealth into something meaningful. The key to this whole thing is patience. No one moves through the levels overnight, but if you take the next right step over and over again, you will move up. Every level you climb brings more peace, more confidence, and more options. And that's what real wealth is, having the option to live life on your terms. So ask yourself, what level am I in right now? And what do I need to do next to move up? That one question could change your entire money journey. And remember, this isn't a race. Don't let social media or outside pressure rush you into a version of wealth that doesn't actually serve your life. The quiet path often leads to the strongest foundation. Because the goal isn't to look rich, it's to be stable, be free, and be at peace, with or without applause. Keep building, quietly, steadily, on your terms.